Hello, everyone. I'm Erica.
And I'm Akila.
Welcome to Hearts Chat. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Hearts Chat. We're back with more relationship questions. So as usual, we're going to just get right into it because we have a few here. So we're going to do as many as we can.
That's good.
Number one, why do people cheat?
I think there's many reasons.
Go ahead, Akila.
Okay, so why do people cheat? A lot of times, and this is something I say in session, and a lot of people kind of take it a hard way. Mm-hmm. People cheat ultimately, for the most part. When I say for the most part, because there's something wrong in the relationship. The person who actually acts and does it, yes, that is their fault. Like, that's all on them. But what happened to kind of get that person to cheat? So it could be feeling emotionally distant, not getting their needs met. My whole thing is like, if you're going to cheat, then just leave. But there's different reasons why people don't do that.
Right. Like you said, there's a lot of different reasons. I think sometimes people just want to do what they want to do. Mm-hmm. I think some people, it depends on the people. There's some people who they just want to have their cake and eat it too.
That too.
Because I've also seen where there isn't, remember the last questions we did? I talked about, we got a question and somebody said, oh, how do I know when it's time to call it quits?
Yes.
And I had said, well, hey, there could be everything on paper that looks good. That's fine. But maybe it's just like you just don't feel like you're just not happy. So it could be your relationship. Everything could seem to be going fine in the relationship, but that person just wants to do what they want to do. Or they want to have this relationship over here, have another life over there. I don't know. There's so many different reasons why people do it. And women do it just as well. People think only men cheat. Well, women do it too. Everybody does.
Yes, they do. Everybody.
There's really no telling, Akila, because you can say, okay, this person, it's because they're a selfish person. That's why. They might not be a selfish person.
Sure.
Maybe they did a selfish thing. That question could take up the entire episode because there's so many different reasons why.
It comes back to no matter what, if the reason is like, obviously the person's not happy in their relationship. I feel like no matter if it's like a personal reason or not, they feel the need to go out and get something somewhere else or not happy within them. Like you said, it could all be good on paper, but there's something wrong.
Yeah. And you in that relationship also have to consider, okay, is this the first time, second time?
Yes.
Because this person who asks this question, it could be this person has experienced this with the same person. It could be multiple relationships they've experienced this. So if it's the relationship with the same person, then you have to say, okay, am I tolerating this? Am I getting too many past? So this keeps happening in my relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I need to kind of say, okay, Noah, I need to do this because this back and forth and all this is not working for me, because it might not just be, oh, this person didn't mean to do that, or this person.
Yeah, exactly.
This person just a cheater. It might not be this person's just a cheater. It could just mean if this relationship that this has happened, now this has been allowed, so it continues to happen.
That's true. Okay, so I guess we can move on to our next question. So question number 2 is, why are some people more emotionally dependent than others?
The first thing that pops into my mind is how they're raised. I'm thinking about...
yes. I think that's a family therapist in us.
Yeah. The first thing I was thinking about childhood, because maybe there's a certain way they were brought up or certain experiences they've had, in life that's led up to this.
Immediately, Erica, that was the first thing I thought of. Like, what happened in their childhood? Like, what were their relationships like? Mm-hmm. Like, what were their attachments like? If I'm just going to things like this, because I feel like that's where it starts.
Yep.
Not to say that's the end all to be all, because things can happen later in life that will cause somebody to be more emotionally dependent than others. And sometimes it's not necessarily a negative thing, because when you're in a relationship, ultimately everybody to a degree is emotionally dependent on each other. Mm-hmm. So I think it's the extent of it and how much is where that problem comes in.
Right.
If this is a situation of a problem in the relationship.
Exactly. I agree with everything you just said. So next question. What helps tone down resentment in a relationship? Well, number one, communication. You can't address or tone something down if you don't talk about it, or if the person isn't even aware that you feel this way. That's where you have to start first, because you make it known, and we can work with that. We can talk about, okay, that's how you feel about that. What adjustments can be made? How can we, if they can, how can we maneuver through this? So you got to talk about it. Definitely.
That is so true, Erica. Like everything you just said, it really comes down to talking about it, bringing it to the person's awareness, then figuring out something that could be helpful. Like, granted, something like this doesn't change overnight. It's important to kind of set up different guidelines to see what can help build that trust back really into the relationship, so that person doesn't kind of keep repeating whatever it is that you're feeling resentment towards them for. Like, if you don't tell them, they're going to keep doing it.
Right. And how good would it feel if you decided to be vulnerable and open up, which is, it could be hard to do. And that person says, oh my gosh, I had no idea.
Yes.
I had no idea. That can be such a load off for you. Like, okay, well, it wasn't like malicious, or like it wasn't purpose. That, kind of knowing their intent can help. On both ways. If maybe their intent was malicious. Hey, at least you know that. So you know what you're dealing with. You can try to move from that.
And then you make a choice from there.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that. Okay, so the next question is, how and why do guys make kids and not take care of them?
I don't know. I want to kind of correct how, and it should be why and how. How and why do some guys?
Yes,
because not everybody. So some people do this, and women do this too. But this question was, why do guys do this? So we could talk about that. Some people just aren't ready. They aren't ready for what comes with making a baby. And so
that is so true.
Maybe on their end, they feel like it's better just to not be there because they just can't do it.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I mean, it's a hard kind of topic to talk about, simply because it's like what should happen, and therefore we never say shoulds and should and nevers and all that. But if you make a child, you take care of it. The child did not ask to be in this world. That child is innocent to whatever is going on in the relationship. So like you said, Erica, yes, that is definitely a factor. You think you're ready for it, a child, and then that child comes into the world and you're like, oh my goodness.
Nope. I'm out of here.
Nope. I'm not here and I'm out of here. And that is completely, it's completely wrong to leave one parent with the child, no matter how we look at it. I think it's a little bit easier for men to leave simply because, that mother bond and things like that. But women do leave. Like that does happen. Why they do it, it's a lot of different reasons.
It could also be the relationship between the parents.
Yes.
There could be that, because one thing people don't always think about is you don't have to be together. If you have a baby and, somebody, you get pregnant, you don't have to be together. You can co-parent.
Yep.
And part of parenting is preparation. You do all these things to prep before the baby comes. You can go to therapy and talk about, we have this baby coming. We're not even in a relationship, but, how do we co-parent? Talk to the other parent, before the baby comes. Because this question, obviously, this has been, the baby's here in this question.
Yeah, exactly.
And they left. But just kind of thinking back to kind of preparing somebody else is could potentially be in a situation. If you can talk to this person about expectations for when the baby arrives. Like, look, we aren't together, but, this is what I expect. And you can kind of know. They say, okay, well, you get on my nerves, or I don't want to deal with you, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, do you want to be in this baby's life?
And I think that's just the biggest thing for a lot of people. Like, it doesn't matter the relationship, unless there's safety concerns. That's a completely different conversation. It doesn't matter what the relationship is between the parents. You may not like each other, but that baby is loyal to both. So that baby isn't thinking about, mom doesn't like dad or dad doesn't like mom, so one of them can leave. Like, that's not what that baby is thinking. Yeah. So, it's important to have these types of conversations. So like you said, Erica, like with this question, the baby's here. So if somebody doesn't want to be a part of the baby's life, you ultimately can't force that person to be in their life. And you got to figure out how to move forward with your life.
Right. And that's why I think therapy is a great place for this, because it's hard. It's hard to have that conversation with somebody. There's so much emotion, and then you could be angry and like, really, why aren't you here? Why can't you do this? It's hard to have that conversation. This person, there could be so many like deep-rooted, seated reasons, why they aren't involved. So talking about that with a therapist can be a great start. And you don't have to preface it as, oh, let's go to couples therapy, but it could be, let's go to therapy to co-parent and talk about this.
And I agree 100%. And I think if that doesn't work and, the guy or the girl, whoever doesn't want to do that, then I think you should still seek therapy for yourself to deal with all that comes with this.
Okay. Well, we'll stop there and we'll pick up next time. Just keep in mind that you can ask us your relationship questions. We're doing this every single week. So you can ask us on our Instagram. You can DM us. You can comment then to us. You can email us. All that information is on our Instagram, which is Hearts Chat, and on our website, which is heartschat.org. You will see our email. There's a tab from Erica's Heart. You can also send your questions anonymously there.
Sounds good.
Okay, we'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to Hearts Chat today, where we speak from the heart. We hope that you enjoyed our show. Catch us weekly on our YouTube channel and our website, which is heartschat.org. Be sure to follow us on our social media pages at Hearts Chat.
We'd love to hear from you. If you have any questions or topics that you would like for us to talk about, email us at contact@heartschat.org. And for all of your personal relationship questions, visit our website, heartschat.org. Click the From Erica's Heart tab to ask your question anonymously, and we will respond within 24 hours.